Hello, my name is Brant, and what I've got to share today is going to be dealing with what I call, from this particular book, from Dean Henderson. And I'm just going to read what he says in this particular book about 5G. I think that maybe some people know this, maybe not everybody does. Also, some people do and some may not. But anyway, I'm going to read probably a couple paragraphs here and help you to understand what 5G is and it what it will do to our bodies. So, Dean expresses here, he says, research has long shown electromagnetic radiation to be harmful to the human body. The primary factors involved in physiological harm correlates directly to the frequency of the radio waves, the strength of transmission, and the duration of exposure. In comparison of the radio frequencies used on the last few decades with those of the new 5G and future YG, wireless networks reveal a massive increase in frequency levels and types of radio waves being employed. Cell phones became popular and affordable in the late 90s. Before that, they were big, bulky, and expensive. Phones operated in what they call the 2G and 3G networks, operating at 800 to 1900, or what we call 1.9 millihertz, respectively. With the demand of faster service, the fourth generation wireless 4G utilized frequency ranges of from 700 millihertz at the very lowest and cheapest range to the more common 2500 or 2.5 millihertz range. Now I want to explain this is very important. 4G is really bad too. 5G is going to make it even worse. 4G, the latter just happen to be the same exact frequency at which water molecules begin to oscillate, meaning they spin. Until then, these super high frequencies were only used by commercial and what they call commercial airlines and military for radar and sonar and communications, and of course for frequencies for weapons, torture, and brainwashing. Okay? The new 5G, which is currently being installed and tested in several major metropolis areas and scheduled to be fully operational nationwide in 2020, is going to operate as a inviting minimum of 6,000 gigahertz, 60 gigahertz, which is basically 1 billion hertz. This is literally mind-blowing because it is the frequency that the body binds and absorbs oxygen. You thinking? You understand what this is all about? This is serious business here, folks, and it deals with our lives. Those who rule this world are determined to destroy us, one way or the other. Most has been done what I call with soft kill, with GMO foods. But this is going to be completely different. In other words, the Illuminati 5G network will not only starve humans of the ability to uptake water and oxygen, the two most essential elements to our lives, our health, and our natural resonance with the earth and creation, but it has been proven through the U.S. military own studies and documentations to have the ability to mutate and destroy the molecular structure of every part of the human and animal bodies. If I were to condense all this information to make it short and sweet and to the point so that no one misunderstands the situation, electromagnetic frequencies from 5G can permanently alter your DNA and kill you. Now, he goes on and talks about it a little bit more here. Now, if that weren't enough, it's very popular to have a cordless walk-around home phone as a landline. These conveniences first came to market in the 80s and operated on a regular radio band frequency around 1.7 to 50 millihertz. The 90 models operated at roughly 900 hertz. Today, these digital European cordless telephones operate between 1.9 and 5.9 gigahertz. But most use the higher band frequency. This makes them ubiquitous devices even more powerful than the cellular phones using the current 4G network. Many experts are suggesting that the modern cordless DECT phones are even more dangerous than cell phones, emitting as much as EMF as a cell tower near your home. Both the phone and the deck of these units emit the same mind-blowing levels of EMF, which is essentially microwave radiation. The new and astounding speeds of 5G are brought to you not by the current form of radio waves being used, but by shorter and more powerful millimeter waves. They've never done this before. These waves have not been used in this way before because they don't travel long distance. That's why you use radio waves to communicate AM and shortwave. Penetrate physical objects like walls and trees very well. Because of this, 5G can only operate well if the transmitters, cell towers, and receivers devices are very close together. To achieve this closer distant requirement, cell towers and antenna arrays must be much closer to the ground and connected by a daisy chain of small cell transmitters placed roughly from 100 to 200 yards apart to efficiently move the frequency around objects that it cannot pass through. Look around you and pay attention to cell towers in your area. Not only are they erecting new towers closer and closer together, but they are dropping the arrays closer and closer to the ground. So this is what is taking place. It's far worse than anything we could dream of. In fact, it's a nightmare. And you need to tell your representatives that you're not going to take this shit anymore. This is no longer anymore. There's no backing down anymore, folks. No backing down at all. This means war. Because these people are actually want to destroy us. So they are the bad guys. And they're determined to destroy us. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you would take this to heart and do what you need to do to save yourselves. Peace out.